Well, hello there. Versions is a pretty big project, taking me over 2 years to complete. But my journey making Minecraft videos didn't just start 2 years ago. We gotta roll back the clock a bit farther back to see my origins. Back in 2022, little F didn't know what to do with his life. He was studying engineering, but the more he did it, the more he didn't want to do it. So he asked himself, what's a fun thing I could be doing right now? And he landed on Minecraft videos. So he started making them. They weren't good, so he thought of quitting. But his third video, because we don't talk about the first one, changed everything. It didn't matter that the graphics looked like something out of the 1800s, or that the mic was put through a washing machine.
Howdy.
Or that it took him 8 months to edit. When everything was against him, he persevered. And just like beautiful painting made out of dollar store paint, a masterpiece came out. That masterpiece was the horse video. And now 3 years later, I have the honor to come back here and tell you the story of how I survived 100 days of hardcore Minecraft in version 1.6. The horse update. I spawned in a swampy jungle. Gives me memories of 1.2. I'm gonna need the basics before I get a horse empire. So I got going on the usual. This sheep thought it could hide from me. Next on the list was to get iron and food. Doing that led me to a jungle temple. So Indiana Jonesing my way in, I was able to get a new item. 2 actually. Look at my precious. And the other one. I also came out the temple with a clock, which I cannot iterate how important it is for editing one of these videos. Later on, I stumbled into a huge mine, which helped me get full iron. This zombie copied my style. I'm a bit of a trendsetter, you see? So one of us had to go. I say hi to gray sheep and continued on my journey, finding a desert village. This one had a blacksmith with a saddle inside, exactly what I needed. Before continuing my search, I had to trade. I just can't help myself. Once business was done, I picked a direction and headed out, finding the mob of the hour. Horses. And it didn't take long until we were best friends. Some were a bit slow, but hey, we don't discriminate. Isn't that right, little buddy? I ended up holding trials to see who will be my companion, with this blondie winning the race. So I let them say goodbye to their family before leaving. And then I hold the trials for the light browns, or creamy according to the wiki. Some weren't up to speed, but this guy had it all. Speed. That's pretty much all he needs. This is probably a good time to tell you the goals for this version. First, to get a horse. Done! Second, to make a stable to house every kind of horse in the game. There's 35 in total. And third, to get every horse in the game. Probably should have started with that one. I continued exploring, running into a family of darker brown horses. So I started tryouts again, with some being really good jumpers, but not good enough. This one came close to speed, jump, and hearts, so I had to make a tough decision. But the sentimental connection won over. I continued to find more horses, but I figured what are the chances they're the perfect horse? Now that I mention it, I don't even have the ultimate horse in my world. So while I'm telling you my 100-day journey, I'll be breeding my horses. According to the wiki, the max horse will have 15 hearts, a speed of 14.5 blocks per second, and jump enough to clear 5.2926 blocks. Minecraft is oddly specific. I was feeling scientific for day 8, so I grew wheat to test out if I could breed horses with it. I don't know why I had a memory that at one point you could do this in Minecraft. Back to the lab again where I tried to make golden apples. 2 L's in 1 day, huh? I didn't let that stop me though. A good thing too, because I found a camouflage witch hut, but I saw right through it. I found a sheep valley and a cow valley. I mean, just a sheep valley. Nothing to see here. What is to see here is a village with carrots. But before my next experiment, I saw in the distance a desert temple where I got a diamond, enchanted book, gold, and a saddle. Using the bones from it, I got 2 friends, Dogo1 and Ryan. Oh, and this guy too. I continued searching for a place to settle, and on day 12, I finally found it. A large flat piece of land ready for the taking. So I got right to work. Just a heads up, dogs are not recommended for chopping down trees. I used that wood to fence up where I'm gonna put the horses, and figured I should probably increase my carrot supply. While they grow, I started my collection, with 3 blondies and 1 brown. Then I waited for the sunset to set the mood. Ah, damn it, I already have you. Getting the 35 different horses isn't gonna be easy. but it feels pretty easy once you find a 15 heart horse. I brought that one straight home. Protect him with your life. Seeing that I left horse far away, I decided to make a nether highway, making the portal extra big for horses to come through. But I couldn't find gravel, so I had to go pretty deep down for it. Apparently big portals aren't a thing at the moment. Fine, I didn't want one anyways. Once in the nether, I got straight to work on a horse highway. And in the overworld, I found horse. I totally didn't forget to write his coordinates down when I was super excited to find a 15 heart horse. Nope, doesn't sound like me. I made a portal on this side, and going through it put me in the old portal. Minecraft. Maybe if you didn't release 2 major updates on the same year, we wouldn't have this problem. You only gave yourself 80 days to finish the update. That's not even enough time for you to snap a catchy title on your YouTube video. FYI, this version came out in July 1st, 2013, with the last update coming on September 19 of the same year, which coincided with my 2-year anniversary of being in Canada. Going through the portal again put me at my base. A cool thing in the game now is a lily pads break instead of your boat, which was added back in 1.3. Once I got back, I tested out putting a horse through the portal, as I came up with a genius plan. Put the horse in the portal, put the horse back through the portal, where they'll be right where I want them to be. This horse didn't want to go through, so I waited. And my plan worked. I'm a genius. So Operation Horse Go Portal began. No horse was safe. I mean, no horse was left behind. Even the crazy ones, or the difficult ones. Making sure I didn't miss any, I found more. These ones were the jealous kind though, as they almost killed horse. I pressed F3 in the panic. He was okay though, so I angrily put the guilty horses through the portal. And after saying see ya later to horse, I jumped in too. That's a lot of donkeys. I put the last part of my genius plan in motion by pushing all the horses back in. And myself. It worked! My genius plan. Dark and dark brown horses are really hard to tell apart when dealing with so many horses. So seeing that I had more colors, I extended the pens. I knew the plan was to get them all, so I made the rest of the stables for the 2 colors missing. And continued the search. My navigation skills are a bit off, as somehow I made my way back to the jungle temple from day 1. I didn't mean to do this. It kinda just happened, like finding jungle besides cold biomes. It just doesn't make sense. But by finding a desert well, all my worries went away. I also found another desert temple, getting me more diamonds and saddles. Time for audience participation. Can you guess what the surface spawner is? 3, 2, 1. Zombie! The chest had name tags and a music disc. Way better than the desert temples, but not better than finding a new color horse. Gray! A whole family. And they had neighbors. I knew there was only one possible thing I could do. Back at it again with my genius plan. I spent all day putting every horse in. Just for me to go through the portal and find them hanging on a cliff. Damn it, pig, this is all your fault. Some horses couldn't hold on. So I got going on save the remaining horses plan. Once they were all relatively safe, I started working on a nether highway. I put it right at the top of the nether, as it's mostly blocks, so I don't need to deal with lava or mobs. At this point, I had to go back home so I could connect this end of the highway with the other one, as I didn't have the coordinates. Write down your coordinates, kids. Every step you take, every breath you take, write down your coordinates. I ended up connecting them, and I started the process of writing them to my base and sending them off again. I promise it'll be a better life. Ish. Some horses were slow, but it was always fun going through the stairs. These are the survivors. After that monumental fail, I made a diamond pick to cheer me up and started cleaning up my base a bit, as well as making another portal to spawn. It's really useful, especially when you don't set your spawn and you end up fighting the Ender Dragon. Minecraft, I found a glitch. If you hold right click while placing a lily pad, you'll actually place 2. Yeah, so, do I get a prize? Another surface spawner. 3, 2, 1, zombie! Again, I got horse armor and name tags out of this one. Another one. 3, 2, 1, skeleton! Where I finally got gold horse armor. And the good news didn't stop there, as I found the last color I was missing. The white horses. And another family of gray horses, or a herd, according to Google. This valley was rich in horses, with almost every color horse here. In the excitement, I forgot to look where I went, and ended up falling in a ravine. Horse was good though. Now I had a difficult decision here. Leave horse and save myself, or make a zigzag staircase. You know there was only one answer. That doesn't mean horse made it easy though. Kinda feels like he did the first fall on purpose. Horse the killer question mark? But after slowly going up and falling a couple more times, we made it up. Just to fall in another hole. Not gonna lie to you, I was close to leaving him. But I got him up and came back home to rest. Horse seemed to have had enough of me though. Then I decided to use a new item in the game to make it official. His name is Horse. I love you, Horse to Horse. After that emotional moment, I got to work on the highway to the Horse Valley. I kinda miscalculated, so the portal ended up being pretty far away. A bit of an issue with slow horses. This was pretty relaxing, especially when you got a fast horse and the walls went blurry. The procedure was simple. Ride the horse to the portal, disembark right in it, sending the horse in, make sure to keep your saddle, then ride the horses in the nether all the way to home base. I ended up sending a bunch through. There were a lot of horses. This horse was a bit scared. Must have heard what happened to the last gray herd. Me saying a lot of horses doesn't do justice to the amount of horses that were here. But on day 53, I was done. These two did end up escaping, with this one dying. I didn't kill him. Who am I? Smallish beans? But just so we all know, yes, they do drop leather. Then I finished riding the last set of horses back home. And what I was left with was a masterpiece. Horses everywhere. Exactly what this version deserved. I deserve order though, so I got started on no, that's bad. It's a game. I was left with a beautiful collage of all the colors in the horse rainbow. But they can't live in those conditions forever. So I started to play with the blocks at my disposal, making a giant stable to house every kind of horse. I already knew what I was getting myself into as I've done this before in my world, F-Craft. And if you were one of the first 35 people to interact with the series, subscribed, comment or liked, there's a pretty good chance one of these horses is named after you. If future F remembers to do it, I did do it. It's gonna be massive. So I made an outline and got to work. It needs a lot of resources though. So wood chopping was always on my to-do. It feels pretty good when the build looks good and it's not even done. I like how the grass looked, so I had to make staircases everywhere. And by day 65 I was done placing the wooden slabs. So I got going on the nether bricks, but I kept running out so progress was slow. I also kept running out of dirt. Only if I could transfer all of these back. The staircases were a necessity, but wow, they used a lot of dirt. While grass spreads, I got started on the fences. I'm gonna be using oak, as it goes with the oak planks. Art. This took a lot longer than expected. I wish I could just copy and paste, but no matter. As by the end of the day, it was finally time to move in the horses. Starting out with the white horses, it's really hard to make out the patterns, so I really had to squint to see a difference. So I moved on to the easy ones. These two were identical, so I moved on just to see what's out there. No, just light brown horses. They were all here, so I was very excited. Next up was the blonde horses, or chestnut. Not really, they're blonde. This version is not made for Filsa, as baby zombies do not burn during the sun, making them unstoppable. Unless you have a horse. The blondes are only missing one, the White Sox one. Moving on to the brown ones. This guy couldn't even jump the fence. We know who's not gonna make it out of the tryouts. Oh yeah, there's tryouts at the end. The browns are only missing the average one, and the black horses are only missing the White Sox one. Now, time for the gray ones. So many, but still missing one, the black back one. And last but not least, the dark brown horses, with them missing two kinds, the black back and the white fields. My procrastination had to give at some point, so I made a decision on the white horses and called it a day. It's looking pretty good if you ask me, but not good enough. I am missing 8 horses. Time to mix and match so I can catch them all. I mean, get them all. It was really exciting when you got a new one. Then I got my x-ray glasses on and thought I saw a difference. So I put them in their respective pens. I had to scold the parents from time to time. Recharging on carrots, I noticed I was running low on gold. But I'll go broke if I have to, like I've done in real life. The mix and match got confusing when multiple parents were in the same pen. But past theft seems to know what he's doing. I sadly had to take a break to go back to the mines. I had ran out of gold. My small stash didn't take me to the finish line, sadly. But no matter, as I had fun, experimenting with different mining techniques. Save the cobblestone! I wanted a cinematic shot, but I just ended up getting hurt. This kinda worked. It was more fun than productive, which is what this whole project is all about. So I kept doing it until I found diamonds. I had to be careful though, as they were right under lava. But nothing my quick reflexes can't handle. I ended up finding another spawner, but the loot wasn't as good as it was on the surface. My dog decided to be a chest for the day. Who am I to tell him no? Then I restocked on my carrot supply and continued with the mission. After completing my second goal, I turned my attention to fighting the Ender Dragon, as it's day 80 and I probably need to get going. I ended up with only one pearl the first night, but the second night, oh boy, I wasn't ready. Ten pearls! After that beautiful night, I moved on to blaze rods, but I got distracted by many things. Diamonds, horse armor, magma cubes, weather skeleton head, you name it. Eventually, I ran out of shiny things and got started on the blazes. Taking out the kneecaps, I had 10 blazes in no time. So I headed back home and got looking right away. Going past the witch hut, she must have built her house right on top of the stronghold. Has the pearl turned around, so I started to dig down right beside it. And there it was, a broken stronghold. Home sweet home. I found not just one, but 2 pearls in chests. Where has this luck been? It didn't stop there, as an enderman dropped another pearl. After lots of searching, I finally found the portal room. And 0 pearls. But I'm okay with this. So I placed on all the pearls and made another portal to link it to the highway. But not before I took over the library. The thing happened again, so the trip ended up being faster than expected. I made an enchanting table where I made a new pickaxe. I'm breaking 3. According to the wiki, this is the update where baby zombie pigmen can spawn naturally, which in my head that means they were added on this version. So, welcome. Imagine if I had an efficiency pickaxe. I just went back to get my horse. Then I started organizing everyone into their respective pens. And continued expanding the stable, as it's now looking to the level I want it to be. And by the end of the day, the racetrack was done. I made it out of netherrack, so the horses could reminisce about the good old times of going through the nether. The job was not done though, mostly because mobs kept coming out of the bottom, so I had to block it off. But I ran out of cobblestone pretty quickly, so I went down in the mines, but diamonds kept getting in the way. I finished the wall and started lighting up the place. Don't want any mobs coming close to my horses. Day 92 was a special day, as I made the jumping course. And the running course, made by Moretzi. Link in the description. Even better yet, I made the Book of Horses, the second. Little thing with books in this version, it doesn't let you use the arrows to go back. So if you want to move the sentence by 1 space, you have to delete the whole thing. Besides that, it was smooth sailing. Let the games begin. The whole point of this is for the best horse of each color to be kept, and the other to be released into the wild. This came very handy when trying to get the most overpowered horse, which, oh yeah, I got him. Speed of 14. Jumps higher than 5 blocks without even trying. And 15 hearts. This guy has it all. For the light browns, the only memorable horse will be the blackback one. with 15 hearts. The rest of its stats were pretty doo-doo. The blondes were slow, but hey, they got heart. For the one that can't jump over the fence, I just opened the gate and set them free. Later on the same browns, I got one that could jump 4.5. They should really take the other horse under their forelegs. There were a lot of regular black ones, with this one running a 5. Now time for the gray white field, which I like to call the dots one. And the actual dots one I like to call spots one. Yeah, I can see how it's kind of confusing. Last but not least, the dark brown ones, where the regular one tied for the best jump. Now time for the special mentions. For top speed of 13 was white dots. For jump, 4.5. Brown white spots, just dark brown, and dark brown with white socks. And the only one with the max stat is the light brown with 15 hearts. But you know, there's only one in my heart. Horse. He has speed of 11, jump of 3, and 13 hearts. Seeing we were near the end, I went back down to the mines to restock on diamonds and gravel. So I made a ton of arrows and completed my armor set. As I was enchanting, a creeper came by. At least it would have been day 100, but hey, it would have been very anticlimactic. I enchanted my bow, not the best, but it'll do. So I took horse and said goodbye to all the other horses and headed to the stronghold, but not before waiting a long time as horse needed to catch its breath. Ready to fight the Ender Dragon the way this version deserves, I pushed in horse and went in myself. Spawning in, I almost took myself out right away. But I was okay. Of course, out of all the versions, this is the one I spawned the farthest away from the island. So I completed the fight, with horse being a spectator. Before I left, I grabbed all the experience. The dragon egg and horse. Recreating the fight to show what it would have been with him with me. Or under me, I guess. And that's it! Oh wait, I have a place just like that. But instead of horses, it houses all the new items from 1.6. Yeah, there were a lot of stuff I didn't get to play with, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of time on later versions. Anyways, I finished the last 100 days by watching the sunset with my horses. And that's everything for this episode. Thanks for watching 1.6, and come back next week for version 1.7, the update that changed the world update. Well, hello there, Editor F here. Just wanted to say thank you so much for 100 subscribers, triple-digit subscribers. That's pretty awesome, and hope to see you on the next one. Okay, bye.